Not him again.
What up, baby?
I'm sorry, but I love this guy. Sup, mortals, it's Dante the Otaku God, and I think we can all agree that Hazbin Hotel needed more Adam. In this series where the main protagonists are demons from hell and the opposing side is heaven, what kind of antagonist were we going to get? Well, I think many of us were glad that it was Adam, the first human. Hazbin Hotel took inspiration from Disney, as you can tell, with its main protagonist, Charlie Morningstar, acting like a Disney princess, or at least the ones we got from the Disney Renaissance. She's quirky, she's charming, energetic, always singing, but sadly, there's no animal sidekick. That went to Angel. But like every Disney princess, they needed a Disney villain, and Adam fit that bill to a T. He's got a fun design, he's got an entertaining voice,
And everything down there is just so, you know?
humorous jokes,
Saw that you went to my manager. Low blow, Karen.
has his own villain song,
Defying their fates, 'cause hell is forever, whether you like it or not.
and he enjoys doing what he does, which is practically anything that he wanted, including the extermination of demons. Every time he's on screen, he makes the best of it. All of this is because of a one very specific notion I think a lot of other fans of media can agree on. We miss enjoyably wicked antagonists. You know what they say, a hero is just as good as its villain. An entertaining hero and a bland villain, or vice versa, is okay, but when you have both to watch, it makes for some great profits. Hazbin Hotel really understood this and took cues from Disney when it was in its prime. Back in the day, Disney had wicked antagonists who were enjoyable to watch because of how evil and maniacal they were. Granted, some characters at the time weren't really much to brag about, but over time, the heroes got better, but the villains were still the same way. Enjoyable, wicked, and evil. However, villains, as of late, have been complicated. Instead of the over-and-top enjoyably wicked baddies, we either get last-minute surprise villains, villains who take themselves way too seriously to the point that they're just boring, or no villains at all. Some projects try to redeem their villains, turning over a new leaf in the error of their ways. Now, there's nothing wrong with that and finding redemption. After all, that is the point of the Hazbin Hotel. But for me at least, it only works in the long term. The best example that I can think of is Zuko from Avatar, not Inquisitor girl from Star Wars. I don't know. Okay, I did not care for this. Okay, I did not care for her, and thus I do not care to research her name. But if you want a better example from Disney, let's use instead Hunter from Owl House. He's a lot like Zuko. If redemption is to come, it has to be shown with clear signs as part of the journey, not some last minute out of nowhere BS or some lame talk no jutsu speech.
Never too late to stop being a dick.
I hated that moment so freaking much. But Adam, he just feels like a classic iconic Disney villain. That is, if he was allowed to say and do more past the PG rating. Imagine if Hades from Disney's Hercules was allowed to swear and say some more intensely graphic things than what we got.
Get off of my cloud. This up since I got off. Unlike you lounging.
Or, I guess a more recent example would be Jack Horner from Puss in Boots 2. The only difference is that Jack didn't get a chance to sing, which is probably for the best. I don't think anyone wanted to hear John Mulaney singing. Because we've delved too far away from this type of antagonist, fans love it when they return on the screen. They could have made Adam sympathetic or humanize him, ironic coming from the first human, but they didn't. If this was made by Disney today, or whoever is into this sympathetic, humanized villain type garbage, maybe it could have gone something like this. He's the first human. all of mankind have descended from his loins.
Hey, yo!
And to have heaven use him to call the demon population of hell, it is in a meta way the equivalent of grandpa punishing the grandkids for misbehaving. Maybe Adam could have said some stuff like, "You think I like killing my descendants? I was ordered by my superiors into doing this, babe. If you want to be mad at someone, it is not me." But instead, we got the Adam that we got overall from the first season. And like most villains from the Disney Rogues Gallery, he came equipped with a henchman. Okay, so this is a good time to talk about Lute since we don't really know that much about her, but these two are a package deal. You can't have one without the other. Actually, henchman, or rather henchwoman, is not the right term for Lute. She's better than that. She'll follow Adam around like LeFou with Gaston or Smee with Captain Hook, but unlike those two, she can actually stand on her own and has more of a personality. A very graphic and violent personality, but still a personality.
Mouth out her ass! You just chill.
I think a better comparison is actually with Lute and Shigo from Kim Possible. Lute and Adam can work separately like Shigo and Dr. Draken, but together they make for a fun team up. They complement each other, and it's always a delight to see these two interact with one another. Like, I could totally see Adam and Lute when I play a clip like this from Kim Possible.
Where's the leprechauns?
Soldiers, Shigo!
Ugh, whatever.
Adam really must have had some sort of impact on Lute's life. Not only because he promoted Lute to his number one, then again, Vaggie did kind of just quit her job and she was caught up, so there's that. But these two were always together like great friends. Adam's demise even saddened Lute. And when Adam was on his deathbed, he smiled when he was seeing Lute's face before he perished. So clearly there was something going on between these two, and I hope season 2 is going to show that. Please let us see that, because now we have Lute taking over Adam's position as the Exorcist leader. Maybe we can get some flashbacks, maybe some sort of Lute villain song about how these two became friends. There's clearly something there, and you can't deny that. And let's bring up a big gripe that I assume many other fans could agree on. We needed more Adam and Lute. Season 1 was way too rushed with an 8-episode count, and the ending felt more like a hype up for season 3, not season 2. A couple of extra episodes with Adam and Lute would have been a great way to spend more time out of hell and as a change of scenery. Maybe have the Exorcist plan some sort of attack strategy, Adam and Lute doing more of their usual stuff together. We needed more focus on the villains. But season 1 kind of just tossed the attention around to other parts of hell rather than heaven. I still see so much love for Adam, and theories saying that he's going to come back as some sort of sinner demon alternative version of himself, since Serpentius went to heaven and Adam, dying in hell, maybe could have been reborn as a demon. So the next time that Adam and Lute meet, it might be tragic for the girl, that she would have to kill someone she held so close, but now has become the very thing that she hated. But that's just my theory. I think that would be pretty poetic and ironic to see. Would she still love Adam even if he was a demon? What would be the thing here? Adam was pretty good at what he was. He's not the best villain of all time, but he did his job of being a threat to the main protagonist and was enjoyable while doing so. They could have easily made Adam the sympathetic, redeemed, or humanized antagonist, but the team understood that every once in a while, we don't need those villains. We just need a fun, entertaining, wickedly evil antagonist to laugh with and cheer against. If Adam was just a taste of what the Hazbinhotel villains from heaven are like, let's see what else we have in store from on high. This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld.